Hello, welcome to Natty's Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. Today we are going to do one last Christmas craft. It's not actually Christmas because I believe I made it into something else, but it's a Christmas craft for now. So that's what we're going to do. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell. And then go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. So let's go ahead and go take a look. Okay, so today we're going to make a Christmas decorated tray. And we're going to do that with wood scorch. So first we're going to find a stencil. I'm making my stencil on my silhouette, but you could buy a stencil from Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of the craft stores, or on Amazon. I would probably recommend using a stencil made for the scorch paste. That's what I would recommend. Here I'm just cutting my stencil out. And I had to change plans because the stencil I wanted to use was way too complicated. So instead, I am using a very simple Christmas tree. And the stencil paper that I'm using is actually just Cricut's removable vinyl. It's not actually stencil paper. I tried with the stencil paper and it didn't work very well. So we're just going to weed it out like you would anything you would cut on a cutter. But again, if you're using a stencil that's already pre-made, it would be easier. It does need to be a stencil that will stick to the wood, however. That is the only caveat. And also, I did put Mod Podge on this tray before sticking that stencil down to ensure that the stencil would actually stick. That was my idea anyway. So then we've got it all weeded out. Want to make sure that you measure to figure out where exactly you want it and how high or wide or what have you. So I had already measured it and put small little pencil marks that you can't see here, but small little pencil marks so that I know where to lay this down at. And so I am going to just leave part of the backing on that vinyl and just slowly peel it back. There were only a few small pieces on here, and of course those wanted to argue with me, so I did have to go back and lift it up and fix them, straighten them out, make everything perfect. And again, the simpler the design, the better and the easier it's going to be. If you get a complicated design, I promise you, you will hate it. It'll be horrible until you get super experienced at this. Maybe after 3 or 4 more tries, I might be all right. But for now, I needed a very simple design. So when you're putting it down, when you're putting the vinyl or the stencil or whatever you've got, when you're putting it down, be sure that it is really stuck down onto your wood, because you don't want any gaps in there where the scorch paint will get, or scorch paste will get underneath. You do not want that to happen. And then once we've got it all down and it's really snug on there, we're going to go ahead and put our scorch paste on. This was from Amazon. I don't remember. It was not very expensive. I don't remember, $5, $7, something like that probably. And I'm just going to lay it down in a very even layer. I imagine they all have a little bit different instructions. This one wanted you to lay it down and then let it sit for 30 seconds and then wipe off any excess. So that's what I did. I'm making sure it's a very even layer. Then I'm just going to wipe off the excess. And then I let it sit for 30 seconds. And then I took off the stencil. And then we're going to use a heat gun. You can't use a blow dryer for this. You do need a heat gun. I'm using this DeWalt, which was my husband's. And magically it made it through our tragedy. So I still have it and I can use it. And this was perfect for this craft. Again, you can't use a hairdryer because a hairdryer will not get hot enough for this. I think on the little scorch paste bottle, it said it had to be, I don't know, like 900 degrees or something crazy. It was like really hot. It needed to be really hot. And this scorch, or this heat gun had 2 settings, low and high. So I put it on high because I'm impatient. And you do not need to put it this close to the board. Again, I'm impatient, so that's what I was doing. I was putting it as close as possible to get it as hot as possible and kind of messing it up a little bit, but it was good. And I wanted super dark lines on this design. So I went a little too far, and you can see where I'm actually burning the wood instead of just the design I had. But I'm okay with it. Like, it's not bad. I'll take it. I'm happy with it. That stem, though, I did want to fix that. So I did go back and I added some on to the stem. Then we're going to add some Mod Podge on top, the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. This is not going to be a food safe design, so I wouldn't make this into a charcuterie board or anything. But I am going to put Mod Podge over it because, in my opinion, if I just like candies and cookies on here, it's okay, in my opinion. Your opinion may be completely different, and you may think I'm going to die of cancer tomorrow, but in my opinion, I'm okay with putting Mod Podge over it. And maybe if you just use wrapped candy, then you'd be safe anyway. And here it is. And I think it is quite adorable. And because it's so simple, you could use this year-round, because you could just cover up the Christmas tree with, you know, if you're going to use it to hold your keys or your mail or whatever, you know, it doesn't have to be just for holidays, just for the holidays. And here it is with my little candies and cookies. I don't keep a lot of sweets around my house, so this is all I could find was a handful of cookies and a handful of mints that I put in coffee, and then those Hershey's Kisses. That's all I could find. But if you had the whole tray filled up, that'd be adorable. So I really thought this was cute. I really liked it. I enjoyed doing the wood scorching. It's a new activity for me, so I am going to practice a bit, and maybe you might see this craft again sometime. I thank you so much for stopping by Natty's Crafts today. I sure hope you could give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe. Whenever you subscribe, you should hit the bell so that you know when the next video comes out. Please be sure to appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised, and also make sure to tell everyone in your family how much you love them, all your family and friends, wishing them a very Merry Christmas, and I'm wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.